What if Emmett doesn't make it out alive? What if Douda isn't the final villain after all? And what if the season 7 finale of The Chi changes everything we thought we knew about the South Side? We're down to the final hour, and every character is at a breaking point. The tension is real, the stakes are high, and one wrong move could end it all. Let's break down what's been leading us here, and what might explode in the very last episode. Season 7 of The Chi has been a roller coaster of power, betrayal, love, and survival, all set against the gritty truth of life on the South Side. A lot has gone down since episode 1, and everything that's happened has been building toward this moment. So before we jump into predictions, let's take a step back and quickly go over the biggest moves, shakeups, and cliffhangers we've seen so far. Let's start with Emmett. Once the boy trying to do right by his family, Emmett has taken a darker path this season. He's no longer just a father or a business owner. He's someone walking a fine line between doing what's right and protecting what's his. After getting deeper into business with Douda, Emmett's found himself in dangerous territory. At first, it looked like he was just trying to secure his future, but now it's clear he's in over his head. He's making choices that are hurting the people closest to him, especially Kiesha. And even though part of him wants out, Douda doesn't let people leave that easy. Emmett's loyalty is being tested, and time is running out. Speaking of Kiesha, her role this season has been all heart and all strength. She's seen the men she loves change right before her eyes. As a mother, she's trying to hold things together for their son. But as a woman, she's realizing that love alone might not be enough to save Emmett or herself. Kiesha has always been one of the show's most resilient characters, and this season, we've watched her face hard truths. Will she finally walk away from Emmett for good? Or will she stand by him, even if it costs her everything? Now let's talk about Douda, the man at the center of chaos. This season, his empire has been slowly falling apart. His enemies are closing in, and even his allies are questioning his power. We've seen him act more reckless, more paranoid, and more dangerous than ever. He's tried to play king, but the crown is slipping. And the question isn't just whether Douda will fall, it's who's going to bring him down. He's made too many enemies to count, and we all know how the Chi loves a twist. Whether it's a bullet, betrayal, or something we don't see coming, Douda's time might be running out. Victor, formerly known as Trig, has had one of the most layered storylines this season. As a rising political figure, he's trying to bring real change to the neighborhood, but he's also haunted by secrets from his past. His love life, his brotherhood with Jake, and his need to stay clean from the street game have all pulled him in different directions. Victor wants to be the man the community needs, but the Chi doesn't let anyone escape without scars. As we head into the finale, we have to ask, will Victor finally step into the light, or will his past drag him back into the dark? And then there's the younger crew, Jake, Paul Curry, and Papa. Each one of them has had a journey filled with pain and growth. Jake has tried to keep his cool while dealing with love and loyalty. Paul Curry has been searching for purpose and peace, but the streets won't let go. And Papa has faced a deep personal crisis, questioning his faith, mourning his father, and wondering where he fits in a world that feels like it's falling apart. These boys are no longer boys, and in the finale, they'll be forced to make grown man decisions that could change their lives forever. We can't forget Tiff either. She's been caught in the middle of a storm. Her connection with Rob, her co-parenting with Emmett, and her own survival instincts have made her one of the most unpredictable characters this season. The choices she makes next, especially if she has to pick between Emmett and her own safety, could tip the balance in ways no one expects. So here we are, one episode left. Emmett's trapped, Kiesha's torn. Douda's cracking, Victor's rising or falling. And every side character has a role to play. That's what makes this finale feel so heavy. Everyone is carrying something, And in the Chi, the past always comes back, sometimes with a gun in its hand, and sometimes with a second chance. Asterisk coming up next. We break down all the major storylines that need to be resolved, and the moments that could blow up everything in the finale. Asterisk as we head into the finale of the Chi Season 7. There are major stories that still haven't been resolved. These are not just side plots. These are the heart of the season. The choices that will be made in episode 12 could either wrap these stories with closure or tear them wide open. Let's break down what still needs to be answered and why. Each one matters so much. Asterisk first and probably the biggest. Will Emmett survive? His involvement with Douda has crossed a dangerous line. He's no longer just in the background. He's now a direct threat to Douda's power. Emmett has already made a move to distance himself, but Douda doesn't forgive or forget. Remember, he warned Emmett more than once. You in this for life. That's not just a threat, it's a promise. And now, with Emmett trying to pull away and protect his family, he's become a loose end. In Douda's world, loose ends usually don't live long. So, will Emmett make it out, or will this be the end of the road? Asterisk next, we have Kiesha's dilemma. She's torn between protecting her heart and protecting her family. All season long, we've seen her push Emmett to be better, to think long-term and walk away from the streets. But now, as he falls deeper into a violent world, Kiesha's forced to ask herself, is love worth the risk? She's a mother now. She can't afford to stay in a toxic relationship, even if she still loves the man. And if things with Douda turn violent, Kiesha and her son could be caught in the crossfire. In the finale, we might finally see Kiesha choose herself, or double down and fight to save the father of her child. Either way, her decision could change everything. Asterisk then there's the ticking time bomb that is Douda's empire. The truth is Douda has lost control. People are whispering behind his back. His enemies are circling. Even his allies, like Rob and possibly Tiff, are starting to question whether he's still the top dog. Season 7 has shown us cracks in his armor, moments of weakness, hesitation, and fear. And in a world like his, fear is fatal. The finale will likely reveal whether Douda still holds the crown or whether someone finally takes him down. Could it be Emmett? Could it be Rob? Could it be someone totally unexpected? We know that she isn't afraid to shock us, so don't be surprised if Douda's story ends in blood. Asterisk, we also have Victor's political journey, which is more fragile than it looks. Yes, he's gained some power and respect in the community, but every episode has reminded us that he's walking a thin line. His past as a gang member, his connection to Douda, and his personal secrets all put his political future at risk. This season has slowly peeled back the layers of his struggle, trying to do right while surrounded by people doing wrong. Now, with tensions rising and chaos looming, the finale could force Victor to make a tough decision. Will he expose Douda and risk everything, or stay silent and protect his seat? And what happens if his truth comes out anyway? Asterisk then there's Papa's emotional crisis. He's been through it this season. After losing his father, his sense of faith and purpose was completely shaken. He's tried to rebuild, but he's clearly still lost. He's looking for answers, trying to hold on to something real. Whether it's reconnecting with Pakari, finding love again, or stepping into a new role as a voice of the youth, Papa is at a turning point. The finale might finally give him direction or push him deeper into confusion. And let's be honest, in a world like this, characters like Papa either grow stronger or get swallowed by the pain. Asterisk Pakari, too, has been fighting a quiet war. We've seen him struggle with who he is and what he wants. He's tired of running, tired of violence, and tired of being seen as a lost cause. This season has shown glimpses of hope for him, his relationship with Linny, his desire for peace. But the question is, can he truly escape the life he was born into? The finale could force him to make a final decision, step up and change. or slip back into the streets. Asterisk, we also have Tiff and Rob, who are more involved in the Douda situation than they appear. Tiff has always been about survival, but this season she's also shown that she has lines she won't cross. The problem is Douda's world doesn't care about lines. Rob, meanwhile, has been quiet but calculated. He's not just a boyfriend, he's a man with a plan. He knows Douda's weak points, and there's a chance he's been playing the long game this whole time. Could Rob and Tiff become the duo that turns the tide? Asterisk, lastly, let's not forget about Kevin and Gemma, even though their stories were lighter this season, they still play a part. Kevin has started his new life in LA, but will we see him return for the finale? Is Gemma really done with Jake, or is there one last emotional twist waiting for them too? Asterisk, with all these open threads, it's clear that episode 12 won't just be an ending, it'll be a reckoning. Some stories might get closure, others might leave us with even bigger questions. But one thing's for sure, the Chi doesn't believe in clean endings, it believes in truth. And the truth in this world is never easy. Asterisk. Now that we've looked back on what season 7 has built up and what's still hanging in the balance, it's time to lay it all out. These are the bold predictions for episode 12, the season finale. These aren't just guesses, they're based on character arcs, past setups, patterns in the show, and a good dose of street logic. The Chi has never been about neat endings. It's about choices, consequences, and survival. So let's get into it. Here are the moves we think are coming. Asterisk, prediction number 1. Emmett won't die, but someone close to him might. Asterisk, Emmett has been walking on a razor's edge all season. While he's made some dumb choices, we don't think the show will kill him off just yet. His character still has more room to grow. What's more likely is that he'll finally hit rock bottom, whether it's a betrayal, a violent ambush, or being forced to sell out Douda to save himself. Emmett is about to break. And if the show wants to shake the audience emotionally, the bigger twist would be someone else paying the price. Could it be Darnell? Could Kiesha or even one of the kids get caught in the crossfire? The finale needs a moment that truly hits. And someone we love might not make it. Asterisk, prediction number 2. Douda's empire will fall, but he'll survive to fight another day. Asterisk, it feels like the walls are closing in on Douda all season long. We've seen his grip on the city loosen. More people are questioning him. He's getting sloppy, paranoid, and more violent. But Douda's downfall won't be simple. He's too smart and too cruel to go out easy. We predict that episode 12 will end with his world falling apart, his money drying up, his connections walking away, and maybe even someone attempting to kill him. But will it stick? Doubtful. The Chi likes to let its villains linger. If Douda lives, he may return in season 8 with a vengeance, but his reign as king, that's over. Asterisk, prediction number 3. Kiesha walks away from Emmett for good this time. Asterisk, Kiesha has done everything she can to support Emmett. She's given him chances. She's tried to help him grow. But at some point, love isn't enough, and survival comes first. Kiesha has a child to raise, and being with a man wrapped up in Douda's mess is no longer safe. We think episode 12 will be Kiesha's breaking point. Whether Emmett confesses something unforgivable, or whether the danger hits too close to home she's going to walk, she may still care about him. She may even forgive him, but she's not staying. And this decision could be what finally pushes Emmett to change or destroy him. Asterisk, prediction number 4. Rob is playing the long game, and he's about to make his move. Asterisk, Rob has been too quiet this season, and that usually means something's brewing. He knows Douda. He knows the game. And he's been watching from the sidelines while chaos unfolds. But he's not just some background boyfriend. We think Rob has a plan, and it involves taking Douda out from the inside. Whether he's working with Tiff, plotting with others in the crew, or even flipping on Douda with law enforcement, episode 12 could be his moment. Don't be surprised if Rob makes a power move and tries to fill the vacuum Douda leaves behind. Asterisk prediction number 5. Papa finds his purpose through pain. Asterisk Papa's story this season has been slow, but emotional. He's lost faith. He's lost family, but he's also starting to realize that he has a voice. Whether it's stepping up in his friend group, starting something new for the youth, or simply speaking out against what's wrong, Papa might finally find strength in his pain. We think he'll get a defining scene in the finale. It may not fix everything, but it'll mark a shift. The Chi is about growing up in a harsh world, and Papa might finally be growing into his purpose. Asterisk prediction number 6. Palkari chooses peace, but someone tries to pull him back. Asterisk we've seen Palkari change this season. He's tired of violence. He wants better, but change doesn't come easy in this world. In episode 12, we predict that Palkari will try to walk away from street life, possibly with Linny's help. But the streets always want you back. Someone from his past, maybe Neck or someone we haven't seen in a while, might show up. With a threat or an offer, Palkari will have to make a hard choice. If he chooses peace, he might save himself. If he slips, it could be the start of a whole new storm. Asterisk prediction number 7. The finale ends on a cliffhanger, someone's fate left unknown. Asterisk if you know the Chi, you know this show loves to leave us hanging. We predict episode 12 ends with a major moment, a gunshot, a betrayal, a character running, and then fade to black. We won't know who got hit. We won't know who flipped. But we'll know one thing, nothing will be the same. That's the kind of ending the Chi does best. It keeps you thinking, talking, waiting. Asterisk every character is standing at a crossroads. Some will rise, some will fall, some might not make it out at all. But whatever happens, episode 12 is about consequences, and in the Chi, no one escapes them forever. Asterisk let's get a little wild with it. If there's one thing the Chi has taught us over the years, it's to expect the unexpected. Just when you think the story is heading in a straight line, it swerves. A soft moment turns violent, a quiet character flips the whole script, and sometimes the answers we're looking for don't come from the obvious, they come from the edges of the story. So now it's time to dive into some of the wild theories, the ones fans are whispering about, debating in the comments, and secretly hoping might come true. Asterisk wild theory number 1, Nuck returns and takes over. Asterisk we haven't seen much of Nuck lately, but that doesn't mean he's gone. He's been one of the coldest and most unpredictable figures in the show's recent history. And with Douda's power slipping, someone's going to try to fill that void. It wouldn't be a stretch to see Nuck come back into the picture, either to challenge Douda or to take control after a major fallout. He's got ties to the streets, he knows the players, and he has unfinished business, especially with Palkari. Could episode 12 end with Nuck reclaiming power? It's bold, but not impossible. Asterisk wild theory number 2. Tiff betrays both Rob and Emmett. Asterisk Tiff has always been about survival, doing what she needs to protect herself and her son. But what if that means playing both sides? One theory floating around is that Tiff might be secretly working with Douda, feeding him information or using her position to keep tabs on both Rob and Emmett. This would be a major twist, especially if she's doing it for her own safety or leverage. It's the kind of betrayal that would cut deep. And if it's true, it could blow up multiple relationships in a single moment. Asterisk wild theory number 3. A surprise death, Kiesha or Gemma. Asterisk now this. One's painful to even think about, but it's being talked about online. What if the season ends with the loss of a major female character, someone we never expected to die? Kiesha has been Emmett's emotional anchor, and Gemma has been part of Jake's growth and change, if either of them were killed in the chaos. If Douda's downfall or caught in a revenge hit, it would send a shockwave through the cast. This theory is extreme, but the Chi has taken dark turns before. One misstep, one wrong place at the wrong time, and everything changes. Asterisk wild theory number 4. Kevin comes back to save someone or bury them. Asterisk Kevin's been off in LA living a new life, but fans haven't forgotten about him. One theory is that he returns in the finale, possibly after hearing that someone back home is in trouble. But the twist, he doesn't just come back to visit. He comes back changed, hardened. Maybe he's gotten involved with the wrong people out west. Maybe he's carrying secrets. Or maybe he comes back just in time to be part of a major moment, like saving Papa, confronting Jake, or even being caught in the middle of an ambush. Kevin's return could be more than a reunion. It could be a game changer. Asterisk wild theory. #5 Victor is forced to expose everyone alive. Asterisk this one's dramatic, but we've seen moments like this in political thrillers. What if Victor, under pressure, holds a press conference or makes a live stream where he exposes the corruption in the city, names Douda, talks about past crimes, maybe even confesses his own truth? It could be his attempt to burn the system down and start over, but doing so would make him a massive target. He could lose his career, his safety, even his life. Still, if Victor decides silence is no longer an option, he might go out with a bang, literally or figuratively. Asterisk now let's take a quick look at what the fans are saying. Across Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube comment sections, the Chi community is buzzing with energy and fear. A lot of people are expecting betrayal, especially from Tiff or Rob. Some believe Emmett's time is truly up. Others are convinced Douda is going to vanish, only to come back even worse in Season 8. Papa's story has touched a lot of viewers, with many rooting for his healing arc. And then there's the big fear, a child or younger character getting caught in the violence. Everyone's bracing for impact. Asterisk some fan comments. Asterisk if Emmett dies, I'm done watching. But also, it kinda makes sense. Asterisk Rob been too quiet. I bet he flips the whole board. Asterisk I just want Kiesha and her baby safe. That's it. That's the post. Asterisk Douda's getting too sloppy. Someone's gonna get him while he's asleep. Asterisk Papa better not die. That boy been through UGH. Asterisk so now it's your turn. What do you think will happen in episode 12? Drop your predictions, your theories, your fears in the comments. Do you think someone's going to die? Will someone betray the crew? Or will the finale bring a twist none of us see coming? Asterisk hit that like button if you're ready for chaos. Subscribe for our full breakdown right after the finale drops. And remember, in the Chi, nothing is ever simple, and no one is ever truly safe. Asterisk.